those 20 hours mostly go to your rent. That's where it goes to. Most times you are making money for your landlord. Someone you jam on the road is probably rushing to shift.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your own girl Bukola Teminika Bukola. To my old subscribers, thank you for coming back, and to the new ones, you're welcome. Thank you. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do subscribe. Thank you guys. Merry Christmas in advance to my beautiful fan. Okay, so today I'm here with Ayobami, and Ayobami and I will be gisting and chatting about the reality of single students as an international student, realities, life in general as a single student. So Ayobami, let us meet you.
Hi guys, I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Bukola. I'm happy to share my experience as a single person in the UK so far. Well, it's been a lot of stories, but I'll share some, and hope it can help you in your journey preparing and acclimatizing here in the UK. Okay. Well, where should I start?
What's your name? Which course did you do? Which school?
Okay. I'm Ayobami, and I studied in the University of Hull, Accounting and Finance Masters. I finished this year. It was interesting journey. It was full of ups and downs, many things to cope with. You know, you're trying to juggle your 20 hours with your busy schedule, you know how it is, and you're trying to see what else you can do while in the UK, you know, try not to live a boring life. And
yeah, we are getting to that boring life. We are getting to that. Okay, so thank you, Ayobami. Living as a single student, let's start with, how was it like living home and coming here alone, leaving your family? And how was it coming in September last year? I know things are balanced up now, but let's go back to those time. How was it coming in firstly as a international student?
Well, it was a brief journey, as many people also undertook, but you know, once you set your mind to it, once you get started, and you know, there's no going back now. You have to finish this. You've committed things to it. You've committed time. You've committed money. You've committed the mind of your family. Everybody's set with you now, so you can't just back off. You can't just get tired anymore. You know, it's not when you're planning and you say, I don't think. Now you've planned, you've executed, it's rolling, so you have to just keep going. Yeah, exactly. So well, it's at some point it can be daring, interesting to see some of the things you planned actualize. You know, living in it now, you're like, wow, I never really thought it would play out so easily. Yeah, but then there's some other things you have to cope with. You know, there's some other realities that did exactly turn out the way.
Can you share an example of such reality? Okay,
so I'll just give this practical example. So I had these projections I made for myself. I had a cash projection, you know, that I did. I had a spreadsheet. I put in everything I planned for the
accountants.
For the next 1 year. I, you know, estimated what my expenses would be, my sources of income, and well, may I tell you, nothing went according to plan.
The plan turned around.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that went according to plan was back in Nigeria. The moment I left Nigeria,
the plan changed. Okay, yeah. I think that's I did that video with Belgium, saying reality of dependence. That is why I have to bring a single student, because so many people asked me that, okay, what about single people? Is it only married people that I'm bringing in? Okay, that's why I brought in Ayobami. And another thing, one of the questions then was like, Bukola, is it really true? When I heard that when I get to UK, immediately I'll start working, and when the work come, I will get a lot of money, I'll make millions of naira. But as a student, I can only work for 20 hours. Is it true that 20 hours can actually pay my school fees? Let us break it down, Ayobami.
Well. I mean, that myth of 20 hours paying your school fees is just a myth. There's no single truth in it, because let me tell you, the way it goes is most times your 20 hours, if you manage to complete 20 hours a week, I mean, those are the rare times you get to do that. Those 20 hours mostly go to your rent. That's where it goes to. Most times you are making money for your landlord alone.
Like, how much do you pay for rent?
So averagely a student pays 350 to 400
for
rent. Or monthly. But I'll say averagely in the UK it probably goes to 450 per month from what I know. In a shared apartment. That's if you're cutting it really down. You're not taking a flat, you're just a room in a shared house. That package, bill inclusive, deals with every other expense in that regard. However, you are dealing with for you guys who have school fees of £15,000 to pay. I mean,
it's a whole lot.
You are the real guys.
Yeah, the VIP. The VIP.
And if you're planning to settle that to 20 hours, well, may I tell you that's impracticable. You really can't. There's no way. So I know people like me thought we could do it. Maybe we are smart. We know one or two things we can do.
It's okay. What's it long?
I'm telling you, like it's not it. Because I had plans.
Everybody has that plan. Yeah.
I had plans that were still in the contingency to take care of contingency. But even those ones, it didn't work out. And the thing is, sometimes you just have to keep going. Because I ran into a couple of issues, but then you pick yourself back up and you dust yourself again. You keep going, you never stop. And I mean, there's nothing better than having great people like Bukola around you and a family. They encourage you because many times she knows stories. Many times there's just one issue you're dealing with in the UK that you never planned for.
If you are married, when you get back home, you get somebody to gist with it about that. Bobo, darling, something like this happen. You rub minds together. But as a single, how do you guys do it?
Yeah, there's that. Like, it's emotionally tasking sometimes. And sometimes my sister gets cranked up with me sometimes when I share some details. It's not really details, but when I just share some
half of it.
Yeah, right. She's like,
she doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand, and she's wondering why am I sharing this. And I'm like, well, you probably will not know why I'm sharing it, but sometimes you just have to diffuse some things you're feeling.
So that your mind can go down.
Off. If not, you are carrying too much. Take for instance, on an average day, you may need to find work, book shift, you need to go to school, you need to settle with your landlord, you are planning your steps after your studies have been completed. So you are applying for jobs, you're doing interviews, you're doing this, you're doing that, and you're dealing with your family back at home. If you have if you're in a relationship,
the ship
you are following the ship or the ship is following you, as the case may be, and sometimes the ship sinks. Then you have to jump and start swimming.
Seriously,
you are dealing with a lot of baggages. So usually what you need to do, it's difficult, but you have to find a group of friends. You need to find people to talk with. I mean, it's easier for married folks, because particularly ladies and women, because there's a lot of common grounds, and I think there are many more of them in the UK. Yeah, so you are able to rub minds. But it's better for singles too, because you need many things to share. You need to talk about job opportunities. You need to talk about issues, personal issues, to the level you can discuss. If not, they eat you up. They make you sad. They make you, grumpy.
Yeah, I heard a lot of students were going through depression.
Yeah,
I did a video about it, and what we ordered versus what we got was really different. And a lot of people came to me like, come back, come back, let us go. How do you feel? Do you think that thing is what we are really going through? Are we really showing it, or let me say are we explaining it the way it is, or it's just that we are trying to tell them not to come? Or
well, even before this new entrance for this set, last year when I was still studying, I was discussing with a friend just on a casual level like this, and we were saying that our experience is now that we've gotten here compared to when we were planning to come. And he was saying that if he knew it was going to be like this, that he wouldn't have come. I just thought in my mind that, well, it's not that I don't appreciate what he has said. I appreciate it and I understand it 100%. But I wouldn't say the same. I know that the situations are compelling, they're very difficult sometimes, and you know, I mean, sometimes I just wish I could go back to my old life. I mean, I didn't sign up.
I didn't sign up for this.
You get, but at some point, I look at it that I've come this far. I have probably a couple of periods to cross over
and start enjoying.
Yeah, I'll be in the stable zone, then I can keep growing, and it's not going to be a story. So sometimes that's the only thing that keeps you going. But when you look at the present, I mean, look at what you currently have to deal with. Sometimes look at the shift you have to do.
So how was it when you came in first? Was it really easy to start a job, to get a part-time job for that 20 hours self? Was it easy to get that 20 hours job in a week?
No, it wasn't. My first job, I had to go miles out of my city to get my first job. And,
you left all?
Yeah, I left all. I had to start at Selby, and I did that for a couple of weeks. But even that's not practicable these days, because the new people who have come for students,
they are extremely much.
Yeah, and we are still here, you know.
Yeah, many of us are not leaving hall yet.
Because we're trying to get grounded before we just make a move and all of those things. So,
and the new people are coming in. Now. So jobs they've asked me, and I've done videos of it. Jobs are there, but they are not much. The people are now more than the jobs.
Exactly. And then the interviewers, the recruiters have the choice of retaining full-timers or part-timers.
Yeah, because they'll say you're a student. They don't want a part-time person
instead of a full-timer.
So you started with Selby. How was it?
Yeah, you know, it was working in a factory, and I left that factory for another factory in all. So one was more stressful than the other, and well, along the line, I've been changing jobs, you know.
changing jobs over jobs.
I mean, I've done jobs.
And you don't care.
Yeah, I've done care.
Like our Bakera. Shout out Belgium, Ogami.
Don't care, done security, done warfare.
Wow, done security.
Done many jobs, you know. But
when you were in Nigeria, what job were you doing?
Oh, well, I've always been a qualified accountant before I left. And
sure, you guys are here. Yeah. Just like Belgium. Belgium used to be an engineer, and he's an accountant. When he was in Nigeria, he's still an accountant though.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, been trying to finish my ACC qualification here in the UK, but even at that, you know, just running job applications and interviews, many recruiters slide my DM and are like, "Wow, we love your profile, this and that," and you know, from we love your profile to securing the job is a war.
Another thing
is a war zone, because there are many fulfillments you have to deal with, and your visa is your 20 hours, is your this, is your that, and
hey, let's go into this one. This one, I know it is where people want to hear. How was your love life? Like, you know, we that were married, we have somebody to fall in. So, are you single presently? Then how single in terms of you have somebody single single
to stupor.
Then how is it like finding love? How is it like missing people? How is it like relating with people? Do you even see anybody to toast or to be toast?
Well, I would say that is another issue really. What I figured though is it mostly works with where you are, you know, and who you are meeting where you are. So when I was studying now, I mostly my class was mostly populated, the opposite sex mostly populated by married women. You know,
married women are the ones schooling.
So most times you meet married women in class.
And you have to be careful.
So you probably talk to somebody and you leave her.
I see fine girl after three kids like me.
And trust me, some of them don't look it. Look at the color now. She don't look it. Like, so you never know. And then except maybe you go to church once in a while. For students, most times it's once in a while, because sometimes you have work on Sunday, you don't go to church. You don't just stumble the street and meet somebody. Maybe these days more often than before, because you know we're increasing in population. But I mean, but what are even the chances? Someone you jam on the road is probably rushing to shift.
Everybody is running to shift.
Somewhere you're rushing to. If you're not rushing to class, you're rushing to shift. Your boss is about to leave. You have to.
You have to run to go and get the boss.
Even if the person
so there's no time.
There's no time to collect the number. I mean, bro, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
No time to collect the number. Oh my god!
You see someone you like, and that was the last time you saw the person. I mean, now that one is painful because I've experienced a couple of times. It's like you have wished to say hi, but I mean, I'm so sorry. There's just no way. So
no, I get now. So relationship, if you are single, relationship, it takes God grace. Yeah. To really hold on to it, because the one you are, even if you have before, you might end up getting it broken.
Yeah, because the tension can do that.
Yeah. Do you have advice you give to upcoming students that are still coming, or the ones that are already available that came in September? Do you have advice for them? Is there any mistake you did that you would like them to do?
Yeah, I think right on top of the shelf would be first, we think you could get married without too much hassle, without over pushing it before you come, if you're yet to come. I think you should do that because it will save you a lot. Not money alone now. Yeah, the money part is probably the highest part because I know that. Yeah,
you both of you can work together.
Yeah, and even if it's just one person working full time, it's enough to
save more.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
You need that. But aside that, you need that, companionship. Because sometimes in this place,
they're bored.
It's not that sometimes from back home, I'm used to living by myself.
Introvert life.
I've learned to live alone for years. So sometimes, even if I could go out, I'm just stay back in my house. I could stay home 3 days. Nothing there.
Then do you go to clubs? Do you go to parties?
No, really, no.
Have you actually gone to any party yet? No.
Yeah, I've gone to a party.
Are you serious?
I was at a very party friend. It was in April. Yeah. I think that was the only party I went. Aside carousel.
It's actually needed. Sometimes it's needed.
Yeah.
That's where you meet people. That's where you talk to people.
Yeah, you meet people, and sometimes you're like, oh yeah, this apartment. Oh, you live here? I didn't know. Because most times you won't know anybody until you actually meet them.
At the point, I was even telling somebody that, please, when you're going to party, just call me along. I want to call.
Go somewhere.
I will go. I don't tire.
I mean, sometimes you need that. You just need to diffuse all the tension. It's too much. So sometimes you just need someone to talk to. You need someone to share your burdens. You need someone to interact. Because sometimes the problem is you just have a lot going on in your mind to focus physically, because if you can't diffuse all that tension, then you can't concentrate sometimes. And sometimes you can't even think clearly. You make wrong decisions based on tension and stress, and so yeah, you need that.
Well, in academic part, is there any advice?
Yeah, another thing is run with like minds, because I think the academic part for me, it was by God's grace, it was not too stressful, in that I chose a course that I'm well acquainted with. Being qualified.
See, that's another thing. Choose a course that you know you can do.
Yeah.
Not that the one that will be forcing you and pushing you to.
Yeah, because it can become a real issue when you are trying to learn something new. I mean, for master's level, and you are trying to work, and you are dealing with all the tension, all the debts you have. It can become a thing, because you have to pass. If you don't pass, then you can't even talk of your postdoc.
So you just can't get a job.
Yeah, so you need to find people also who are committed to their studies, like you are, possibly.
Like mind.
Yeah, and
that will ginger you and help you.
Yeah, it makes the journey easier.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay. Another advice I used to give single students is try as much as possible to pay at least half of your school fees before coming.
Yeah, it's very good, because it's
to reduce the stress.
To reduce your tension. You're trying to pursue every deadline. It's better. It's better
because so many things. Especially, I've had a lot of school that send students back home. Because you've already told UKVI that you can pay it, and you've already showed proof that you can pay the school fees. But getting here, you couldn't pay.
I let it happen this September, even
So you just find a way to pay up the school fees, like half before coming. It will help you to reduce the stress and the wahala of trying to get a job, because that 20 hours job in this part of world, you might not even get up to 20 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
you might not see 20 hours shifts.
I barely got 20 hours.
You might not see 20 hours shifts.
Maybe 8 twice or something. That's on the days you get up to that.
Thank you, Obami. It's really interesting gisting and chatting with you. I really appreciate. I'm looking for ways to get Obami to all this. Everybody don't go carry shifts. It is well. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching to this point. Let me know in the comment section if you've learned anything. If you want me to bring any other person, please let me know in the comment section. I'm trying to see the way to bring in people from other schools and get their own ideas, so I won't be talking about all alone. I've heard a lot of my fans that said, I saw Kiniko, they said about Luton, do you know about it? I don't know about it. Do you know about this? I don't know about it. So I'm trying to bring in people. So but as the time goes on, I'll bring in different topics to the channel. So thank you guys for watching to this end. See you in my next video. Bye.